For me, this homemade Kinder milk slice recipe is getting really close to the Kinder Milchschnitte. It's a German snack and it's really good. I have to watch myself not to have too much from it. Welcome back to our simple home. For the milk slice cake recipe, I crack open 4 eggs and transfer them into my mixing bowl. I add 125 grams of sugar and whisk it really well, like about 10 minutes until it's really nice and fluffy. You can even use a hand mixer on full speed, that works great too. Here you can see how mine looks. Now I add 85 grams of soft or melted butter. For the dry ingredients, I use a sieve, so 90 grams of flour. If you want to go gluten-free, just take a starch like cornstarch or so, that will work just fine too. I sieve also 20 grams of baking cocoa. One teaspoon of baking powder. Fold the dry ingredients in or just mix it very short so it's just mixed under. I preheat the oven to 370 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I split the dough onto 2 baking sheets. I just eyeball it, but you can weigh it out and make it exact, it's up to you. I like to bake mine on the silicone baking mats because then it has an even bottom and it looks nice. If you want, I have a link in the description box, a similar baking mat. If you don't care if it has a pattern at the bottom, just use parchment paper, that works great too. I spread out the dough evenly. It is a thin layer and it is supposed to be a thin layer. My baking sheets are 15 by 10 inches. If you enjoyed my video so far, please like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and share my videos with others. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Now I transfer my baking sheet into the oven and bake it for 8 minutes. There you go, and now the next one. Bake it also for 8 minutes. Now I let them both cool off completely. For the filling, I pour 250 milliliters of whipping cream into my mixing bowl. I take 1 little pack of Whip It and sprinkle it into the mixing bowl as well. Little packs of vanilla sugar, 2 drops of food-grade orange essential oil. Whip it up so it's nice and creamy. There you go. Now I take the cocoa layers off from the baking mat so I can easily transfer them over afterwards. I didn't catch it on camera, but I turned this layer over so the bottom is at the bottom. Here you can see it. I transfer all the whipping cream on top of this layer. Now I spread the whipping cream to an even layer. Now I transfer the other cocoa layer upside down onto the whipping cream. I put it in the freezer for about 2 hours. Then it's easier to cut it in pieces. I cut all the edges off so it looks better. I like to keep our milk slices in the freezer and eat them even frozen. They taste very good that way too, or just let them sit a little bit out on room temperature and then it's good to go. Once I removed all the edges, I cut the big milk slice into little milk slices. That means little rectangles, same like the Milchschnitte has. You can measure it out if you're into it, but for me eyeballing is just fine. I just cut it into rectangles and that is good for me. I show you the milk slice up close. For me it looks very similar like the Milchschnitte and it tastes very similar too, and I really like this one. So try it out and thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye! Now you might like to watch this video or maybe this playlist. See you there!